Lucy got the hairy fro.
Glamps in the majors. Your life turned to flipping pages. All the real talent behind them cages.
Overtime Live Sports Bet Radio coming at you live from the Gulf Coast. We got J. Cole in the building.
What's going down?
Just another banger.
Welcome to the best show on the motherfucking south side of the Mississippi Gulf Coast. Sound of Mississippi. Welcome. If you ain't know, now you motherfucking know.
Now you know.
Get real. Get your pen and pad ready. We're about to put down a little lesson.
Overtime Live Sports Bet Radio. Thanks to our sponsors, TeamSpacePoker.com. Thank you, GilbertYoungArt.com.
Got that new sponsor in the house. Team Space.
Island View Casino. Hotel Resort. Yeah, hold on, I'm busy. Alright, so we're going to kick off today's episode with a little March Madness finale. I haven't seen you since the big game, man.
Big game, baby. We all do all year, man. We all do all year.
What you thought was going to happen happened?
Oh, yeah, baby. I'm glad to see the Baylor Bears get there. It's always a hard trek for a team to get to the finals, much less the March Madness. Make it through the madness and get down and get it right.
We got it right, man.
You know,
and we got a real Baylor fan in the house, man.
Yep, we got a Baylor fan in the house, Texas boy, a Baylor school graduate, alumni.
Me all year about Baylor, man.
So Baylor, it was cool to see it. And, you know, Baylor's always got a great team. I'm going to tell you right now a little privileged information. Don't forget about Baylor. Basketball, women's basketball. If you're trying to make money, women's basketball, men's basketball, men's college football used to be, always had a great team. You know, about 5 years ago, they had a little, misstep. But they've always got a great ball club. And I'll tell you, Baylor Bears, it was good to see them come through. They knew they were going to come through. They did. Last year, COVID set everybody back. And Baylor guys were like, damn, should we come back or go pro? They said, look, let's come back and win the championship. Gonzaga, Baylor hadn't been an underdog all year long. So how do you think you're going to win that game?
It's tough.
I don't know.
It's tough.
You know, we in the Bookie Goats group, we in different groups. We see y'all out there. We see your bets. We see what you're doing, and we trying to be a positive impact to that. And that's why we represent Baylor. Man, Baylor was a good thing to see. We knew it was going to happen all year. Big 12 conference. They up against West Virginia, Texas Tech, Oklahoma State, Texas. Right? They got some good teams. West Mountain Conference, I think they got some good teams too, like Santa Clara, Santa Barbara, St. Mary's, right? You might not have heard of much of them before, as much as Texas Tech and West Virginia. That's who Gonzaga was blowing out all year. So Baylor won the underdog all year, and they showed that. I mean, they showed that, and it was true. I just got to toot my horn. Toot, toot. Baylor Bears. That's how they do it up in Waco, Texas. Sicko Bears. Sicko. That's how they do it.
Yeah, a big tournament, man. It was great March Madness. I was really impressed with how they fought through the COVID symptoms. Baylor Bears coming in at 28-2 on the season. Gonzaga coming in 31 and 1 loss. They thought Drew Timme was going to get it done. But that 86-70 score says a lot more, man. They blew them out in the first half. Continue to get it done.
Yeah, I know we got a lot to talk about, man. I just want to still toot that horn for just a minute, Bar. I just want to say, Baylor's got a good 3-point game. Obviously, they got a great defense. I want to say that's what it came down to. That was their plan. Come out thinking, make those threes, shoot that basketball.
The defense was
they were going to win. Defense killed it.
They destroyed Drew Timme.
And that was the first time that they were an underdog in a game in over a year. And Gonzaga hadn't seen underdogs like Baylor Bears before. And it was a good thing. Being from Texas, I'm sorry for you guys up north, Washington, Spokane, wherever Gonzaga plays, Mountain West, maybe next year, guys.
So when you were looking at that Baylor Gonzaga game, what were you thinking as far as betting on it? Like, how did you approach it as far
betting
as
on it? I mean, I felt confident that Baylor was going to win the game. Such a small spread at 4.5 points.
It was a championship game.
Championship game, small spread. and Baylor taking the money line. They were a plus 170. So if you bet $100, you won 170 plus your money back, right?
Yeah.
So that was a good value right there. And I tell you, leading up to that, I think before that, Baylor played Houston Cougars, right? They played. I'm not sure. They covered 4 times in a row. I mean, if you were to let that money roll and to money line it on that, it was a good thing. It was just like Bart. We look for opportunities every day, the mismatches in the sports book, and Vegas don't give you the right odds. They're going to give you the odds that they feel that they're going to get the most money on. Right? So there's always a lock of the exact. Yeah. So there was a lot of mistakes. Gonzaga was undefeated. They're going to have the undefeated season. But you know what? If you don't know Baylor, now you knew. And that was a good pick to take for the people that knew basketball and followed it and followed the Big 12. Big 12 is a tough conference. I don't know about the West Mountain, conference. Some good teams in there. Pepperdine and St. Mary's.
Well, we got a full schedule for you guys today. We're gonna be talking about a lot of things. Obviously, Tiger Woods is safely recovering in the hospital. Tragedy. We have we're gonna do our betting basketball 101 segment, which will give you guys a little advantage because the NBA playoffs are coming. It's the same thing as in college basketball. Same factors apply. You want to look for the same things, the same statistics, and you want to follow the same trends. And then we're gonna talk about how COVID's been impacting the sports season and the vaccination. So I thank you all for tuning in. We're going to take a word from our sponsors, and we'll be right back.
Rolling up the grass, living better than the niggas that I used to look up to. I can show you why they come up. Yeah, I came up from the gutter to a condo out in Hollywood where the weather's good and the party's always popping up on somebody and dropping off some treat. I mean, I got enough to go around, everything for the free, so you ain't gotta smoke on me and my homies down to go to any one town and get this paper. I swear ain't nobody do me no favors. Twisting up the medicine, shitting on my competition. Easy parts forgetting, but the hardest parts to try forgiving niggas for mistaking me or thinking I was the one to wait. Or thought cause I was young that I'd be dumb, but nigga, what you made's a photographic memory. Now look at my wife, she got a pornographic figure, and my autograph is bigger to your nieces and your nephews than yours ever was, not to mention your niggas. You caught them rapping Taylor Gang with us.
Everybody good?
You wanted it back. Yeah, you wanted to take it back.
That's mine.
I see TMZ cameras, paparazzi taking pictures. I spark up a J and ask them if you wanna take one with us. Made man, ain't nobody make a nigga. About to book a flight to Vegas, trying to take one with us. You niggas too small, dog. Me, I'm thinking bigger. Critics comment on how I'm smoking weed and drinking liquor, or how I was nominated but not the winner. Hey yo, I never had common sense, but I had enough sense to calm my ass down and make my dollar stress. Yeah. Hey yo, I never had common sense, but I had enough sense to calm myself down and make my dollar stretch. I'm like basketball to net, how I make it all connect. Move strong so the funds I collect come correct when the boss nigga check ya. If you don't come from the set, I don't respect ya. Better yet, jump on the jet and get them checks up. I never give nothing less than my best. You can tell by the way that I'm dressed. Great bottom and my dreads always fresh. Smoke so much, I swear that I'm blessed. Know so much, I swear I'm a genius. And I'm KOing niggas, we ain't calling it eating. Spend too much time online, I'm with your bra for the evening. She a big old freak, I pull it out and she eat it. You might think I got time to kill, cause I'm so real. Lot of niggas I could've checked this year, but I'ma chill. I ain't gotta tell that they faking time and will. When it come to being certified, I'm signing seal. Signed the deal since I was 16, I've been getting cream. A young nigga smoking weed like.
And we're back, Overtime Live, Sports Bet Radio.
Welcome back, folks.
Betting basketball.
Listen up.
How good was basketball season to you for college? Wasn't it one of the best?
College, I fucking love. For me personally, Bart, like college, there's so many sports out there: hockey, soccer, tennis, baseball, NBA. For me, the most profitable, college basketball. It only comes around a certain time of year.
Right.
And listen up, this is the way to get it going.
First thing you look for when you look at a matchup spread, you got a lot of factors you got to take into consideration. You got home field, you got the spread, you got the money line, you got percentage of money, seeing where all the money's landing, and you have the team's record. All these things need to be taken into consideration when you're making a decision as far as an investment. Okay? What's the first thing you look for?
First thing I look for, Bart, there's a lot, man. I look for a mismatch. And you don't really have to be a professional. Just follow the games. You know, so many games out there in college basketball. Tuesdays, Saturdays normally are a lot of games going on. They play throughout the week. Find you a few teams. Get you, if you, Sportsbook's going to be probably picking up a lot online. We're fortunate enough to live next to 12 casinos here, which every 12 casino has a sports book. They're different ones. You can tease lines. You can do different ones at each one. Me and Bart are very familiar with them all, and we're very knowledgeable and have a lot of wisdom that we can guide you guys with and help you be successful like ourselves.
For a beginner player.
So for a beginner player,
I say the record. Record's first important.
The record's important.
That's going to tell you who's been winning the most games.
Exactly. How many games, the past 5 games, right, that they've played. The history of a couple games of what they've done the past few games. Not so much as important as basketball betting, but you want to look and see the injured players as well. That's always important. If your quarterback's going to be out, right, you got a second string. In NBA, there's a lot of injuries, and that really affects games. That's a different show that we're going to do down the road. And if you guys have any questions, bring them on.
Make sure to like and comment and subscribe. If you have any questions, go ahead and comment them at the bottom.
Definitely. Ask questions. That's how you guys learn. That's what we're here for.
One of the most important statistics on the NBA matchup is the ATS record, which is the against the spread record. That statistic is just based off of Vegas' results. That's all that's telling you. Is how often, if you bet on this team, will they cover the score?
Will they cover the spread that's put out by Vegas? Exactly.
And some teams do it very well. And they
some
still
teams
might have a horrible record.
And some teams, there might be a trend. They might do it at home. They might do it away. Things you got to, overtime pick up. But I tell you, as far as against the spread, there was this team, you guys might have known, some of you, Drake last year, right? This 2020 season, they played, I think, they were 18-0 against the spread. And they lost to Southeast Missouri. Southeast Missouri, I think they were favored to cover Drake maybe 16 points, and they got outright beaten by Southeast Missouri. They turned around the next day. They did cover the spread. And they had trouble covering the spread from the rest of the year, which is maybe a few games. But that was a freaking, just like almost Gonzaga, going undefeated all year. They were 18-0 against the spread. You think about that and put in the math, if you would have put them $100 on the first game to cover the spread and carry that over 100 to 2 to 4 to 8 to 16 to 32 to 64.
Could have had a very
all the way.
season.
So there's definitely some trends to look at.
That's one thing you got to look for.
And
You
some
always
mismatches.
want to look for some features.
And just like Bart's saying with these mismatches, you'll realize that Vegas doesn't put out an honest line. They put out a line that they feel that they're going to make the most money on, that they're going to get the most action on, right? Just like the Baylor-Gonzaga game. They knew Baylor was going to beat their fucking ass, right? But they felt that they had such a pool of Gonzaga people that were going to bet on Gonzaga. They were going to bet them to beat a small spread of 4.5 points, right? So
And the same thing applies for the NBA.
they made a lot more money than what they would have made if they put it any other line. You know, so Vegas puts out that line. And one thing I've learned in sports betting from my buddy Bart, who's very knowledgeable, and he's taught me this, is when you sports bet, don't be afraid to bet that underdog. If you put in if we're gonna get into parlays, but if you put in a 3-team parlay, which means you pick 3 teams and they all have to win that ticket, they're all not going to be, you know, if you put in all favorites to win that game, there's always going to be an upset. There's always going to be an upset in that mix. And it's not necessarily an upset. It's something like a Baylor Gonzaga. You know the team's better, but Vegas is going to mix match them, you know, to get the most value out of their book. So you got to realize that. You got to not be afraid to bet on the underdog.
We saw a lot from college basketball this year, but now we're on to the NBA. We're getting ready for football to come back. We're seeing a lot of things out of the NFL. We just finished up the draft, which we're going to be doing on the next video. And we're going to be seeing a lot of quarterback movement. So we're going to be taking a break from our sponsor here, but when we get back, we're going to be talking about the quarterback movement. We got Aaron Rodgers, who's requesting a trade, demanding one, I should say.
Or you going to sit on the bench. You ready to get out.
Reigning MVP. Reigning MVP. He wants to leave his team. Playoffs every year. He wants to go.
Is he just want fucking money sitting on his ass?
He's got enough money, man. I think he wants to win. He's blaming his team for the fact that they're not getting the results that they want.
Man, if I feel that way, bro, I might follow him and see what his move is and where he wants to move to.
It's the same thing Deshaun Watson tried to
what
pull.
His mind is.
And we see where Deshaun Watson put himself in a situation where he done turned people against you that were protecting you before. And that's not the situation you want to be in.
It's too many allegations to not be real.
So we're going to take a break. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors. And we're going to get into some Tiger Woods, some Lil Nas X, and the COVID impact on the sports season this year. Thank you guys for tuning in. Overtime Live. I think the Tiger Woods wreck will be good, bro. And we're back. Overtime Live Sports Bet Radio. Thank you guys for tuning in. Quarterbacks, man. Biggest prima donnas on the field. Can't make them happy. You drop the passes, they're mad at you.
Yeah. Just the quarterback is just, you know, other sports, it's like your pitcher, it's like your goalie in a soccer game. Look, man, this quarterbacks are something else.
Quarterbacks are supposed to be the leader, the field general, you know.
Control the game.
They're supposed to lead by example.
They might not be the captain, but they are.
What do you make of these quarterbacks and their prima donna attitudes?
Oh!
Are they just overpaid?
Yeah, they were paid.
Are they mad at Patrick Mahomes?
Look, they're just like set in their ways. You and me at home, you know, trying to make a living, and you got some dude out there making fucking multi-million dollars crying about bullshit. So he probably, just like us at times, gets like set in our ways, take things for granted. Oh, I'm taking, you know, I make $280,000 a game. Oh, but you know, this guy doesn't do. They don't want to run the play that I want. We would have done this, right? Just some drama queen shit.
So
you
the
know,
priorities,
taking it for granted.
The priorities are
Taking it
just
for
messed
granted,
up,
right?
you know?
But you know what? You take that $280,000 paycheck a game away.
Bro,
They're gonna straighten out quick.
280
Just like
far
you would.
off, man. Aaron Rodgers, reigning MVP, playoffs every year, one step away from a Super Bowl every year. What more can you ask for, man? What does he do? He wants to go be on Jeopardy.
Oh, he knows a lot more than us, Bart.
He wants to be
knows
Alex Trebek.
He knows a lot more than us, you know, about what he's been dealing with and what he does in practice and how he feels what should go where, you know, his talent should be and what the plays they should run. And the coach, I mean, there might just not be that chemistry. It's probably the chemistry. You know, it's a chemistry.
Well, we see what happens with these prima donnas, man, and it always ends bad. It always does.
Yeah, and it's never good for the player. I mean, the
it
player
goes to your head. It becomes a financial burden. It becomes a physical burden. Sometimes it becomes a substance abuse burden.
Look, probably like you and myself, right? If we are fortunate to get into the damn NFL, take the money and put it in the work, right?
Yeah,
do what you're told. Keep your head down. Stay focused. You are freaking blessed. You are blessed. You're like what? 1 in a million. Right.
It's
Something
just
like,
something-
I don't know,
it's something-
right?
It's
Come on.
something you can't imagine
Right?
unless
How many people get to play professional sports, make that kind of money, right? So it's just like a job, that you work. The grass isn't always green. You got to put up with bullshit, right? You might want to leave somewhere else, but you know what? The grass ain't always greener on the other side, right? There's always, every place has its up and downs. Right? You just got to deal with it, make that money like nobody else
And
can.
you can ask Tiger Woods about that. The grass isn't always greener. And he's
Yeah.
always on the greens, man. But for some
Tiger
reason,
Woods
Tiger Woods don't know how to drive a vehicle.
fall asleep at the wheel.
Tired,
Huh?
substances, intentional, maybe a suicide attempt. Recovered from severe leg damage, man. Multiple surgeries, broken fractures everywhere, all throughout the lower half.
Probably lucky to be alive.
Lucky to be alive. Look at this vehicle, man. Look at the results of this accident.
And if some of you people tuning in right now, I have experience, Bart has experience, we're all lucky to be alive. So
Everybody should be very blessed for their life.
he's lucky to be alive.
This ain't the first time
Lucky
he's
to be
wrecked the
alive.
car. Remember, he was getting chased by his wife with a golf club and wrecked the car. Substances, suicide, lack of driving ability. Some people just can't drive. It could be hereditary. So, maybe his mother can't drive. But anyway, all prayers go out to him for a speedy recovery. But I feel like
Yeah.
he's another one of those. This is just a victim of his own brain.
Is he going to speedy recovery and come back and win a championship?
It's going to be another year or two off.
What do you think?
I don't think he has what it takes. But it's Tiger Woods. He might come back and win the Masters this year.
Well, he went on with that thing with his wife, right? Who was gone a couple of years and came back and won with the PGA championship.
He's very, very, very.
All depends on the determination, right? What you got in.
talented golfer.
Yes.
And when it comes down to determination, nobody's more determined than your favorite musician, Lil Nas X. Big shouts out to Lil Nas X. Excellent performance.
to the old town road. I wanna drive till I can't no more.
That's right, man. I'm so proud of him for his accomplishments, but none more than what he accomplished recently in his Nike scandal. Nike's filed a lawsuit against him, which will be settled out of court. And are you familiar with the case?
Not too much, but I'll tell you right off the bat, I'm not a big Nike fan.
Nike,
So I
Nike's
got my boy Nas's back on this one.
Nike actually, Michael Jordan should be a multi-billionaire,
Yeah.
but
You
Nike's
know
just
about-
been raping him for years,
Yeah. Nike's got their sweatshops,
smacking the shit out of
somewhere else.
Jordan.
And you got a family of 4 Taiwanese Chinese people making your shoes for a bowl of rice to split between the family before they ship them over here and you guys buy them. So
And then you have a family.
I'm sorry.
You have a family in a poor ghetto neighborhood here, spending all their money wearing Jordans.
yeah,
They don't even have a roof over their head, but they got $100 tennis shoes on their feet.
I just say this is my personal. Everybody loves Nike. Nike has some great gear, cool shoes, right? Michael Jordans, loved them growing up. But you know what? I tell you, to support oppression, right? When you're oppressing people yourself, I just can't do. I can't get with that. And good luck. I don't hate you.
it's
Because
the
you're always going
business.
to be around.
It's the business
And-
of oppression.
But that's me. For you to do what you do as a company and to come here and glorify it,
Do you think Michael Jordan cares
you
about
guys,
his kids?
you guys got great shoes, good looking shoes, but from the cost for me to get them and the price that people have to pay,
Well, Jesse, you can't say they're great shoes when they're worth 30 cents. I mean, they're poorly made. And do
yeah.
you think that Michael Jordan gives a shit about those kids that were making his shoes?
I mean, that's what the world evolves around. It's
he's
all
not
about
even worried
money.
about it.
And that's why we're here right now, for you guys to listen up and get on Biloxi Bart's picks and start making your money yourself, right? If
That's
you
one
want to
way.
make money,
That's one way.
listen in.
Or you
Listen in to these tips.
know.
Listen to these trades. If you want to make money, personally give a shout out to Biloxi Bart. If he's got time, he's going to answer you in that day of what's going to pick. But
I'm
you gotta
a
take-
little busy at the
everybody wants to make money. So if you want to make money, we're going to want to make money. And it's a win-win situation, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So sports betting is a very profitable thing. Nike is a very profitable thing. right? It's a you know.
They're universal businesses. They're always going to be there.
Yeah.
You know? And it's just.
I mean, they make, you know, Nike's, for some people might not even ever know, right? But you look at this, you know, these contracts these people are getting for hundreds of millions of dollars to support Nike when they're, against kind of what Nike's core roots are and where they, establish themselves and what they do. I'm all about fair and being fair, and that's why we're here right now. Like, we want to be just put everything on the table, be honest. If you want to get a winning pick, let us know. We've got them on deck, right? Every day they're different. We've got a lock of the day every year.
Yeah.
We're not trying to make money. We're trying to make you money. We're trying to scratch everybody's back.
That's right.
So let us know, and
make sure you join the Facebook group, Overtime Live Sports Bet Radio group, and follow us on social media.
Get with it, and don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to shoot in a DM. What's your pick of the day?
Yeah.
Right? We've got
be involved.
We've got small packages out there, right? And they're win-back guarantees. You cannot lose. So if you want to make money, make money.
That's right.
Work a 9 to 5.
We're going to go ahead and
part-time.
We're going to go ahead and wrap up this episode, man.
Look, I just want to say, I want to represent right here. Look, Team Spades Poker, right?
All day, every day, bro.
This is what has been sustaining me for a while now, right here.
Book your poker party today, guys. Team Spades Poker.
We've got poker
party. Great opportunity, man. Great family reunion, birthday party.
Something like you've never imagined.
Bachelorette party. Bring the casino to your house.
Poker party,
you don't have to deal with this COVID. You don't have to worry about that.
I can deal personally, or I can deal.
I don't deal anymore, but
for a female dealer, we have those.
Have you got your COVID shots?
I have not, Bart.
No,
I'm not.
Yeah.
I think COVID is,
What? Tell us about it.
I think it's a hoax, but I'll wear my mask.
That's right.
If I need to, and it's
for others.
But I think it's something that's been. Who knows? We'll never know 2 years down the road. But I think it's been exploited. Now it's just being exploited. It's being exploited for many different games.
Send me a PPP loan, guys. I mean,
look, if you want a poker tournament, we'll bring it to you, and we'll have the most fun that you've ever had in your life for cheap. You're talking a couple cases of beer, cheap. Get at us. We'll make you have some fun.
Thank you guys for tuning in.
Go all in.
Thank y'all so much. Thank you, Jesse, for stopping by.
Thanks for having me, Mark, man. It's been a
Overtime
while.
Live Sports Bet Radio. We're going to be signing off. Y'all be sure to follow us on social media, man. Watch the giveaways.
Like and subscribe.
We
See
gave
the
away
next
some
video.
Elephants tickets.
We're going to make it happen. Yeah.
We're giving away exclusive merchandise.
Our next video, we're going live at the casino, max bet, high limit room. We're going to make it happen. Check us out.